Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's doing well. I am mostly healed from my hand surgery. For those of you who have asked, I had a trigger thumb, which means that my thumb was stuck with the knuckle bent, and to make it go straight, it was very painful. So they just fixed that. So it's working good now. Only thing is, this one has started to do it. Go figure, I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I want to talk about paper buttons. And I know that we have all seen these yummy, yummy buttons and probably have made them before. But I kind of have a new spin on book page buttons. But I wanted to show you these first. These are from an old book pages from a really old book. And they turned out just fabulous. So I wanted to show you those to get started, but check this out. I made book page buttons out of old floral pages, old scraps. And they just turned out so cute. I wanted to share them with you guys. And gals, I should say gals, mostly gals watch this, right? Anyway, what do you think, gals? Aren't they so cute? They're just adorable. I love, love, love how they turned out. So I'm going to show you what I did. I have a whole bunch of finished ones, and then I have a whole tin here of buttons that I have not put the glossy accents on. I have this glossy accents, and you put it over the top, and I'll show you how to do that in a second for those of you who haven't made them. But let's get started, and I'll show you how I made them out of my scraps, because we've all got a load of scraps, right? And we need to get rid of them because we don't want to throw them away usually, right? So I have some of my scraps sorted onto these little clipboards that I made. And it just makes it easier for me to find some of my scraps that I'm, if I'm looking for something in particular. But I am down to just these. So I'm going to show you what I did. So, took a book, and it depends on how thick the pages are and how thick you want your buttons. I just took this book and put a bunch of pages together, and I think this one is about 5 or 6 pages put together, and this is what I do. And I'm just going to do it real quick so you can see it's not anything scientific. We all know how to glue, right? We've all done it before, but let me show you. I've just taken my scraps that I have left, and I glue up the page really good. And then I just take the scraps that I have left over. Let's find some. Like this one. And I just glue them right onto the page. Let's put that one down. And I just put them right next to each other. Look at that. That one fits right there. That's perfect. Here's a nice big yellow one. I love these little green pieces because they come out so cool on the buttons, the little greenery. And let's put this here. And oh gosh, I don't know if I can fit anything else. Let's try just a little piece right here, and maybe right there. Guys, that's all I do. I just use all my scraps and just it's kind of a collage, really. And I just put them on the page and let it dry, obviously, because you don't want to gum up your cutter. And I have 2 different circle cutters. This one is a 3/4 of an inch, and this is an inch. And I just thought it was too big, So all the buttons I did were 3/4. And so I just let this dry. And let me take it out. I know it's not dry yet, but it's dry enough for purposes that I want to show you. So I just take my cutter, my little cutter here, and I kind of figure out where I want the image in the piece below and cut them out. So cute, right? And I try and be aware that I'm going to put holes in it, so I don't necessarily want the button to be centered in the circle. Now the thing is that I'm just going to do a couple there. So you can see that I'm kind of going all over the place, and I may not necessarily want this image right here. It's not anything to scream about, and actually it's just barely gonna fit, but I'll show you anyway. Woo! Okay, it's not really very interesting there, but and I got a spot with no paper or with no words. But the back side has of the paper has words on it, so you can make plain buttons if it comes out plain, or then you can just distress the extra pieces with the word side of the page, so you're not wasting anything. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'll show you what I do next. It's very scientific. I have one of these little cutters or little hole punch, and it's really tiny. I don't know if you can see how tiny that little piece is, but I just take it and, oops, upside down. I just eyeball it. I mean, it's not rocket science, right? And I punch a hole and just move it over and punch another hole. Now the holes are kind of tiny, so I take this little tool that I have and I just push it through, and it makes the holes bigger. And then if you want, you can take your distress tool and distress the edges. So perfect. They're so fun. And then I take my glossy accents, and I have this little, oops, I have this little pin that's got some beads on it. It's kind of like a pokey tool, but a little bit smaller. And you can do this a couple different ways, and I've tried it a lot of different ways, but what I've found works best for me is I hold the button down with the pin just at the edge, and then let's get the glossy accents flowing. Just squish it out on there, and I go in between the two little holes, and if I need to, I'll pick it up. I'll do it for this purposes so you can see. I'll just take the pin and just move the glossy accents to the edges if I need to. And then if I've gotten in the holes like I did for this, I just punch through it. That's it. And just set it aside to dry. How cute is that? So it's a new take on book page buttons. They just turn out so sweet with the little flowers and make such a cute addition to your journal pages or just ephemera on cards or pages, whatever you want to use them for. They're so fun. Let me know what you think. Have you tried the book page with something other than just book pages and just the words? I love the flowers. I think it's so cute. Okay, so before I go, I wanted to show you a close-up of some of these buttons because I think maybe you might not be able to see them really well in the video, in the earlier part of the video. So I just wanted to show you those. And I forgot to tell you, I did 2 buttons, let me show you here, with, gosh, my hand looks giant, doesn't it? I did 2 buttons with the Crackle glossy accents. And you can see how cool they look when they're crackled. Gives another dimension to it. Anyway, I wanted to share. Hope you're all having a great day. Love you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye.